Allie Sherlock is kind of a big deal. I thought it'd be really fun to go through we're gonna go through a montage of Allie Sherlock. This first video, she is age 12, busking. Nobody knows who she is just yet. So this is, I believe, where it all started for her, right? I can't wait to see, because I don't know if I've heard her, because I never leave my room and I never pay attention to anything except for my cats and my child. Okay.
My next song is Supermarket Flowers by Sherlock.
Give her those coins.
Took the supermarket flowers from the windowsill.
Oh.
To the day-old sea from the cup.
She's got some power there.
Wrapped up the photo album that you had made. Memories of life that we love.
I love the way she's playing around with head, voice, and chest. Okay. I assume that airiness is intentional. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna pause real quick and just say, and I assume anybody else who's reacted to her is thinking, wow, that power on a 12-year-old, and also that control over register choices. Because quite honestly, when people sign up for voice lessons, which you can do, link in the description below, we spend a lot of time building the relationship with the muscles that control chest voice and head voice. Well, I'm just kind of curious to see where this goes, but she is belting like a champ right there. You know, the other thing I want to say is what I love is she's 12 and she's just unabashedly not afraid putting herself and her voice out there full throttle. And that is not as common. People, especially at that age group, tend to be a little more shy, even when they have pretty voices like this. So good for her. No wonder she's so huge. Wow, I can't wait to see the rest of this journey. Ooh, little grit. Yeah, she finishes with the air a lot. I'm gonna ask, because I have a feeling that she has some educated followers. As far as her influences go, she is dropping that aspirant airiness at the end of her phrases a lot. It's her characteristic, and I'm wondering who all she listens to up until this point. You know, she's just getting famous here, right? Who is she listening to as an influence? Because that behavior, we tend to mimic what we look up to. So I'm just kind of curious who she cites as influences. I assume Ed Sheeran is one of them. Power. Yeah. I love that she pops into falsetto there. Holding me up, like you as you go, and when God takes you back, sing hallelujah, you're home. Oh, wow. That was so cool. I'm just super excited. This is, I don't know. Like, I know I'm saying that and it sounds disingenuous, but I really mean it. I'm like, I love it. How have I not heard of her? 5 years have passed. And these people have microphones. Let's see what they've got to say with their UK cups, blasting it out the message.
Our next performer is making her arena debut at the age of 17 after her performances busking on the streets of Dublin were viewed over 800 million times on YouTube. Accompanied by the Elmore String Quartet from the Royal Northern College of Music, this is the incredible Allie Sherlock with the Beatles' In My Life.
Oh, cool song choice.
Places I remember all my life, though some have
Great
changed,
control.
some forever, not for better. Some are gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends.
Okay. I was gonna say that she generally is a little bit more clear, and I mean, that is obviously a sign that she is taking her vocal health seriously. But also, well, I don't even mean that. When you're working on your voice at age 12, when you're singing, when you're practicing at age 12 versus 17, I mean, the hormonal body changes going on affect your voice literally daily. And airiness is a factor for a lot of kids that they outgrow as they mature. And I love that she still has that flavoring with flipping up into head voice. It's just great. It's very nuanced, it's not super prominent. Man, she really has a beautiful voice.
But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new, though I know
She reminds me of an old student of mine. Love it. Little grit. It's really great that she plays around with powerful dynamics and soft at the flip of a switch. Just gorgeous. And she's only gotten better at it, clearly. See?
For people and things that went before, and no one will stop
the vowel mods. What a class act. That was awesome. So, one thing I want to mention, just as an instructor of voice for nearly 20 years, is when you work on your voice, you work on managing airflow. And when you hear a singer, Allie does have these puffs of air, these H's that she kind of uses in certain areas. And one of the things that we do in lessons, if you're having a hard time, getting enough breath, is what people will come in thinking that's what they need to work on. But actually, it's the flow of air that is most important. And just being careful not to dump too much air. Ha! What I just did there, I dumped a lot of air that H, it shows. So weird. In an H, you can really tell if you're dumping too much air. So we use those in lessons all the time. I have free videos on my website, by the way, link in the description, where you can work on that. And so it's not an unhealthy behavior necessarily, but you want to be careful about keeping it even. If you hear if you dump a lot of air on that first note, that lets you know you're kind of wasting your breath a little bit. So that is just something that you can check for in yourself. Let's see her most recent upload.
It's a little bit.
There's that H.
This feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did,
Little area up there.
a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no.
Powerful.
Who makes potions and a traveling show? I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody that this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I wrote down in words how wonderful life is.
Don't hate me. I want to hear that again. I'm so sorry. There's a note. I want to hear what happened because I heard somebody in my lesson do it the other day. It sounded the same.
Now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I wrote down in words
This how.
how wonderful
That's
life
pretty much just Fry, I think.
while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. And it's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for forgetting, but these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if the green or the blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really
Great
mean,
phrasing.
yours are the sweetest eyes
I just
I've ever
love
seen.
the way, I love the way that sounds, but I'll get into some vocal health stuff at the end for those that are interested. I am sorry.
And you can tell everybody that this is your song. It may be quite simple, but
I'm sorry. I need to hear that again. I'm sorry. We're going to go back just a little bit. I'm starting to notice something. I'll talk about it at the end.
it may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how is.
Beautiful.
While you're in the world. Hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I wrote down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Thank you very much.
What a voice. So for the 2 or 3 people on the internet who are nice enough to watch this video to the end, what I want to say is in listening to this upload, you can notice there's a little more airiness in her head voice as she goes up higher there. Her power, her belt is still obviously rock solid, but she's 18. She's going to have it for a long time. However, the airiness that we hear up top would possibly be of concern in the long term because it indicates that the folds maybe are not closing properly. So that's something singers, need to work on is managing. So when we first, like in that last video, the middle one, she really was going back and forth between her registers in very cool ways. And in here, of course, she's still doing it, but the airiness is a little more pronounced. And so it could be that day. Maybe she had a cold. I don't know. But it also could be glottal shock. That's something I was kind of like listening for. So talking about airflow, here's some nerdy stuff for you if you're interested. One of the biggest factors, I think I did this in a video recently. I don't know who I was watching, but, breath flow actually matters. It sounds really weird, but when those H's happen, the air's flowing first, the folds come together afterward. So obviously when she's, or anybody else is singing with an H in front, that means your airflow is hitting before your folds come together. How wonderful. Is that the key it's in? Anyway, but that's fine. You're not hurting yourself to do that. However, like I said earlier, if you're really H heavy, you could be dumping a lot of air and wasting some of your breath. However, the ideal mechanism is, and I can't do that obviously on an H sound, but sorry, that was a bad example. And airflow, sorry, thinking it through. Okay, when your airflow hits your vocal folds at the same time, and you can tell anybody this is your song. I don't even know if those are the lyrics. That's really bad, right? Okay, but anyway, the idea is that that is what we want for good vocal health. However, and when we do the other mechanism and the folds come together and they're waiting for the air to hit, kind of feel tension in your body, in your core. They're waiting, they kind of smush against each other. And you can hear that little pop there. If you routinely hold your breath back and then kind of dump it like that, that will lead to airiness in a person's voice. I have no idea if that is Allie specifically, but if you are a singer and you are noticing that your voice is getting airier, airflow, it makes a difference. And paying attention and trying to keep the flow, that will help open things up. It relaxes your body. And there's so much more on that in private lessons, of course. I do hope that she continues to, I mean, what a cool thing that she's so massively famous, by the way. 6 million followers there, and she's just out on the streets doing it like that. And fans, if you are still with me in the comments and you have more stories about her, she's fascinating to me that she just does this. Like, she's the most famous busker I've ever seen. Oh, what a treat. Can you imagine just walking down the street and she's doing that? I wonder how often she does that. That girl is awesome. Alrighty, y'all, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.